Hello and welcome to Everything Summer Camp, the maker of C&N Foot Lockers. My name is Drew and I'm joined today, as always, with Mark. How's it going, everyone? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Today we have a really exciting show. Yes. We're joined by a special guest, Dr. Christopher Thurber, which Mark will introduce in a second. And we have plenty of products to browse below, and it's an exciting show. So
Right. Yeah. So if this is the first time that you're joining us for a live stream, a few different things that you need to know. You've got the main live stream window where you see, mine and Drew's beautiful faces. And then over to the right is a chat window. So if you have any questions, any concerns, reach out to us via chat. I see that Dr. Thurber has joined us via chat, and he's posted a hello friends message in there. So so glad that you could join us today, Dr. Thurber. Anyways, what else is there? Okay, so you mentioned the product carousel. So below the chat window, below the video, is a product carousel. And those are some of the products that we will be talking about in today's live stream. You'll see we have some stationery, some name labels. We have the summer camp handbook is in there. We'll mention that in a second. And then there's trunks and some laundry bags, just some of the more popular products that people are taking off to camp. But one thing that I should point out is we have a Memorial Day sale that is starting later today. Unfortunately, trunks won't be a part of that sale. I think a lot of people already know that we are running a little bit behind. We have had unprecedented demand for our camp trunks this season. And so unfortunately, camp trunks won't be on sale, but there are going to be a lot of other items that are on sale. There's going to be some fantastic discounts. Make sure that you're signed up to receive our emails, and you'll get an email later today announcing the start of that sale.
Definitely. Looks like Chris was in the chat box again, okay. So great to see Mark and Drew live. Thank you for all that you do for camps and kids, definitely. So
right back at you, Dr. Thurber. So anyway, speaking of Dr. Thurber, for those of you who don't know who Dr. Thurber is, I mean, he's a well-known name in the summer camp world, but for those of you who don't know who he is a graduate of both Harvard and UCLA. He is a psychologist at Phillips Exeter Academy. He's a summer camp expert. Along with Dr. John Malinowski, he actually authored the Summer Camp Handbook. This is available in the product carousel below. I believe it's $14.99. This book literally has A to Z what you need to know. I guess, to start, it asks kind of the question of, is your child ready for camp?
Right.
Kind of walks you through whether or not your child is ready. And then from there, it helps you to pick the right camp for your child, how to shop for camp together with your child, how to prepare, for homesickness and how to pack for camp. I mean, literally A to Z, how to get ready for camp. He is also the creator of Prep for Camp. And so let's go to Dr. Thurber now and find out exactly what is Prep for Camp.
Thanks, guys. Today I want to talk about the importance of... Hey, thanks for asking about Prep for Camp. So what is it? It is a multimedia bundle of videos, podcasts, and print material that's all designed by me, a camp parent and a psychologist, to promote the transition from home to camp. It is a way of supporting young people's social and emotional well-being. So the centerpiece of Prep for Camp is a 25-minute video that families watch together called Summer Camp Success. And in that video, I give you all kinds of insider tips and spend a lot of time interviewing real campers about their experience at camp and what are the different things they think or do to help make things better when they have those normal feelings of missing home. We all miss different things about home when we're away. Homesickness is perfectly normal, but what we don't want is for it to become so intense that it really spoils a camp stay. So Summer Camp Success is the video to watch as a family to help your child prepare for this time away, prepare for this wonderful experience, fully equipped with not just insider tips on things like packing and making friends and respecting other people's space and privacy, but most importantly, how to cope with that emotional transition from home to camp. And yes, I also have lots of advice in that video for parents. Parents will also get a special podcast, which they can listen to, narrated by other camp parents, providing advice on the best ways to cope with those normal feelings of missing your child, a little bit of separation anxiety. So check it out, prepforcamp.com.
Great. So for those of you who want to learn even more about the Prep for Camp package, we've made it really easy for you today. If you scroll down below that product carousel that I talked about earlier, you'll see a banner that will take you right to the Prep for Camp website. And pay close attention because there's a discount code that's in that banner. And it's PREP, the number 4, and then ESC. That's going to take another $10 off. I want to say that the Prep for Camp package regular price is $89. And then I know Dr. Thurber has that discounted down to $49 right now. So he's already taken $40 off. But then if you use that PREP for ESC discount code, you're going to save an additional $10. So you're going to get a total of $50 off on the Prep for Camp package. Once again, I hope you'll stay with us for the duration of our live stream. We have some other fun camp prep tips coming. But as soon as the live stream is ended, be sure to click that banner and go learn a little bit more about Prep for Camp.
Definitely. I think it's just another great resource. You talked about the Everything Summer Camp Handbook,
Right.
And I think that the Prep for Camp service is just another great resource to make sure that you're getting everything possibly out of summer camp.
Right.
So
Right.
I think another great question that we'll jump over to Dr. Chris Thurber is, like, why should parents and kids co-shop? We know that today everyone right now is probably just scrambling to get everything ready for camp. You're just buying everything you need. But I think I kind of want to know the importance of involving your child in the shopping process and why that's important.
Right.
Thanks, guys. Today I want to talk about the importance of co-shopping. What is co-shopping? Well, it is shopping with your child. And many loving, well-intentioned parents will say, it's just going to be more efficient if I get those last few things we need that are on the packing list myself. And it might be quicker, but there are some real advantages to co-shopping. First of all, when you shop with your child, whether it's online or around town, you're involving them in some of the big and small decisions regarding preparation for summer camp. And that makes them feel like they have a sense of agency or ownership, and it is connected to their enjoyment of the situation. Sometimes we do like things done for us, but summer camp is one of those things that kids need to feel like they contributed to. This was their experience. So let them decide whether the toothpaste is going to have sparkles or stripes. That's up to them. Their sense of agency or ownership is going to promote positive social emotional adjustment and just make them enjoy summer camp so much more. Related to that, it nurtures their independence when you give them some opportunity to make decisions. What color shorts are we going to buy? What color socks are you going to get? And those might seem like decisions that normally you would make, but giving them an opportunity contributes to their independence, which is a really central pillar in the mission of any high quality camp, whether that's a day camp or an overnight camp. Third, when you co-shop with your child, they will actually know what's going in the duffel bag or the backpack or the trunk. True story, when my wife and I picked up our younger son after his first 2-week experience at overnight camp, we found his new raincoat still folded and packed inside his footlocker. And when we asked him, how come he didn't wear your raincoat when it rained? He said, I didn't even know it was there. Our mistake not to have co-shopped and also packed together with him. And finally, it's just a lot of fun to co-shop and to spend time with your child. So enjoy it. Please involve your child in the big and small decisions related to preparation for camp. Mark, Drew, back to you guys.
You know, I can really relate to that. I know that when, the pressure is on me to get something done, a lot of times, my natural instinct would be like, okay, kids, step aside. I'm gonna get this done, and I'm gonna get it done fast. And I'm sure with camp approaching quickly for a lot of people, that is the tendency. But Dr. Thurber brings up so many great reasons why you should just kind of hit the pause button for a second and involve your child in the process.
Yeah, this is definitely not something you want to rush through by any means. So.
Right. Anyways, Dr. Thurber, what are your thoughts on name labels?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked about labeling because it is definitely one of my favorite topics. Now, think about it. Why do we label things? Every camp has a lost and found, but something you might not know is that those lost and founds are half broken. That's right. The losing part is working really well. Newsflash from around the globe, kids lose things really easily. So the lost part, we've pretty much taken care of. Let me focus on the found part. If your child wants to get their object, which they left around camp, back, it needs to have their name on it. So label everything. That means put your name on the inside rim of your hat. Put your name on the little shampoo bottle. Put your name on the toothbrush. Wait, really? Kids leave their toothbrushes around? You would be surprised at the number of children who say to their parents, I couldn't brush my teeth for the last 10 days because I lost my toothbrush. I can't make this stuff up, folks. You need to label everything. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, first things first, you want to start with some kind of a laundry marker. You can get the Sharpie Industrial Pro. You can buy a laundry marker here on Everything Summer Camp, but it's got to be a permanent marker. And permanent markers, by the way, resist just about everything except isopropyl alcohol, and you're probably not going to run across that at camp unless your child takes hand sanitizer and rubs it on the Sharpie label that you have so carefully put. So you want other options besides the Sharpie. You also want labels that you can stick on things, such as what I stuck on this toothbrush, or what you might stick on an inhaler, or let's see, even a tube of toothpaste. Now this doesn't have a label, so if I leave this somewhere, it's not coming back. But right here on Everything Summer Camp, you can get different size labels, the small ones for things like toothbrushes, the big ones for things like tennis rackets. You can also get iron-on labels, right? These great iron-on labels come in a little packet, directions in case it's been a while since you've ironed on a label, and indelible ink stamps. So something that belongs to you now has your name on it. Now, what about fuzzy, squishy kinds of things like socks? Now, here are two different socks, same color, same brand, but they belong to two different kids. And on laundry day, when this comes back, what are we going to do? Squabble over whose socks are whose and which one was smelliest? And no, you don't have to do that. This is where your laundry marker comes in really handy. And you don't have to write your whole name. This is the insider tip I'm giving you. All you need is some sort of a symbol that you recognize. Here, I've made a dot. And on this one, there is no dot. But let's say that I want to make my very own symbol. I'm going to put this on the toe because I really don't need my symbol visible when my shoes are on. But now I know when this comes back in the laundry that it belongs to me. And chances of two kids having the same symbol, very slim, but they'll probably make them different sizes. And hey, if it gets to that point, maybe they'll just become better friends. So label, label, label. If you want it back, it's got to have your name on it. And you can choose between iron on, stick on, write on, stamp on, laundry marker, but make sure that everything's got a label on it. And tip from last week, make sure that you tape the packing list to the inside cover of the foot locker, and that way when camp is over and your child is packing up all their stuff, they have a way to double check, did I get everything back? And if they're missing something, then they can ask around. If it's got their name on it, chances are they'll get it back. Label everything.
Awesome. Those are some great labeling tips, and I really appreciate you mentioning all of the great labeling products that we have here at Everything Summer Camp. You'll find those products down below this video in that product carousel. I know one of our real popular products, oh, and I see Drew's got our website up, so one of our real popular products so far this year has been these stick on everything name labels. So they stick on, you know, as Dr. Thurber said, label your toothbrush. So there's some small labels here for labeling your toothbrush, but most importantly, these stick on clothing. And so it makes getting ready for camp so much easier than any of the labeling options that we've had in the past.
Definitely. There's a lot of designs too as we were browsing through. I don't even want to know how many different color designs there are or choices, but you know, you got your solid colors, you got camo, I think pastels in there, so I highlighted a couple of them there, but 3 different sizes as well come in that pack. So, you know, great for various items. Like you said, toothbrush, you know, there's a circle one that you could wrap around it, and I think there's great options for everything. So Right.
And I think these are going to be your fastest way to label things. Either this or the clothing stamp.
Right.
The you know, and I know Dr. Thurber was using a clothing stamp there, and the clothing stamp is probably the easiest way to label stuff. But the one disadvantage with that is that it does not, it doesn't work real well for anything that's dark colored.
Okay.
So, I see. Yeah. So
We had our iron-on ones there that we're showing.
Those are
so
basic
that's a good
iron-ons.
option too, as well. But
yes. Okay. So there's our stamp. And it's a real fast way to label things, but like I said, only works for the lighter colored items. The stick on everything labels, I think, are really the way to go. And then also below in that product carousel, we have that fabric or that laundry marker that Dr. Thurber was talking about. And that's going to be great for, socks and shoes and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we have someone in the chat box there, Taylor. Okay. So it looks like we got, are the stamps like the marker? Will it come off? How easy will it come off while my kids are at camp?
Are the stamps like the marker? Oh, well, actually, it looks like Dr. Thurber is answering that. There we go. So, yeah, Dr. Thurber says, having used the stamper myself, it's pretty permanent. Be sure your child joins in the labeling process. Just one more way to involve your child or your camper in the process of preparation. And then thank you, Chris, for mentioning that our fabric markers are awesome. Yeah, the stamp, it's going to stay for quite a few washings. I think the best way to label clothing permanently would be with an iron-on clothing label. I mean, our iron-on clothing labels it's like a polyester and vinyl, and you're almost melting the label into the clothing. So that's the most permanent that I've seen. The clothing stamp is going to definitely last you through a camp season and longer, but it does fade over time. The stick on everything name labels, once again, if I were going to be labeling things for camp and I was only choosing one way to label stuff, I would go with these stick-on.
It covers the majority of products. So
right.
Are bringing to camp.
Exactly. Yeah. If you did a laundry marker and the stick-on everything name label, you're going to be covered for pretty much everything. Now, these will ultimately end up coming off. I mean, it's going to stay on for a lot of washings. I mean, we've seen them stay on for about 15 to 20 washings, I think, seems to be the average. So you're going to get through your whole stay at camp and beyond with these, but they will come off eventually.
Definitely.
So
I do want to throw the video back up there just so we can explain how you guys get to our stationery. So if you're on our Everything Summer Camp website, you're just going to browse through our top there. You'll click Fun Zone, and then you go right down to personalized camping items. So then you'll get there, and then you'll be able to browse all of our different labeling and personalization items that we have in there. There's lid skins and a whole bunch of other stuff as well to really personalize and make everything you're bringing to camp kind of your own. So it's a great option for camp. All right, so I think that does it for labels.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh, I was going to say, did you have a question for Dr.
I
Thurber?
do have another one. So what are your thoughts on writing letters back home and stationary?
Hey guys, great to see you again, and welcome back to my little Foot Locker studio here. I'm glad you asked about stationery. Now, there is the kind of stationery that ends with ARY, and that's the kind of stationery that we've had way too much of in the last year and a half. So we don't want that kind of stationery, but the stationery ERY, like is sold in kits on everythingsummercamps.com, that's what we want. So a stationery kit has paper and envelopes and something to write with, like a pen or a pencil, and you can get beautiful kits on Everything Summer Camps. And what you want to look for is, the color of envelope that you like and the kind of paper that you want. And you can even make a kit like this yourself, but I'll show you how to trick it out. First, once you get the kit, you're going to want to also get a zipped freezer bag like this to protect it from the humidity. You don't want everything sticking together, and even if nothing sticks, writing on damp paper, which is probably what's going to happen if you don't put it in a zip freezer bag, no fun. So put it in a zip freezer bag, and here comes the bonus tip. Make sure that the envelopes are pre-stamped with a return address and pre-addressed. And you might say to yourself, Chris, why do this? Yes, I hear you asking that question. And the answer is, if you want some correspondence, pre-stamp and pre-address those envelopes so that there's not a guarantee, but much greater likelihood. Now, what's the wonderful thing about letter writing? It is, wait for it, you've heard this word, Asynchronous. That's right. When you write a letter, it takes a few days to get to the destination. And if somebody writes you back, it takes a few days for it to return to camp. And this is actually one of the wonderful things about letter writing that not only gets kids' imagination going, but also nurtures their independence. They have to wait, and you have to wait. And everybody is very careful about what they write because there's no delete key with a pen or a pencil. So get your zip freezer bag, pre-stamped, pre-addressed to parents, to relatives, to anyone who helped pay for camp tuition, and that way the correspondence will flow.
All right, so we have a lot of great stationery options available in the product carousel below, and I'm really proud of these. This off season, our graphic designer, Amy, worked really hard to develop some stationery that we could make in-house. And so we've got stationery kits, we've got greeting cards, we've got postcard sets. Oh yeah, you've got it all pulled up on the website there. That's perfect.
So go to Fun Zone right down to stationery and you can browse all those products.
Okay, yeah, so we've got the stationery kit, and like Dr. Thurber said, it comes in the Ziploc bag. So that's perfect. We also have peel off adhesive strips on the envelopes. So those are going to get, that glue is not going to get activated the way a lickable envelope would. So I think that's great. So what else do we have here, Drew?
It was just the stationery, the 8 different designs that we have. I believe there's 7 or 8. I get them mixed up sometimes with our greeting cards. But I think it comes with, I believe, 2 stacks of stickers, right? So 2 different stickers, and then the pen and the envelopes, and I think it's a great option there for $9.99. That's an awesome option to send home to camp. So
for sure. Yeah, so you're kind of walking everybody through the different designs here. That's perfect. And then did we do greeting cards yet?
Yeah, I can throw greeting cards up there.
So our greeting cards come in a pack of 5. I'm going to go ahead and open this one up.
Found in the exact same place. You go to Fun Zone Stationery, Camp Stationery, and you browse right down. You'll see our greeting cards there. And there's, I believe, 7 different styles of those. And then inside those 7 different variations, or families, I guess, each one of them is a different style. So it comes in a pack of 5.
Right. Yep, and then we've got some for kids to send home to parents, but we also have some for parents to send to their kids while they're at camp. I do want to also point out we have birthday cards, and those are in the carousel below. So if you have a camper that is going to have a birthday while they're away at camp, we've got some cards that you can send to your camper. And then the same thing goes for the campers. If they've got like a sibling birthday back home, there's a birthday card for them to send from camp back home to their siblings.
Definitely. And then now I'm highlighting, we have postcards as well. Found the exact same place, Fun Zone, Camp Stationery. So you'll find everything, the stationery, the greeting cards, and the postcards all on this product detail, or all on this family, I guess, of listings. But the postcards then come in either a 6-pack or I believe a 10-pack.
Right.
In the 10-pack, you get 2 styles of each. The 6-pack, I believe it's each one's different, correct? Or no, it's the same for all 6, right?
Yeah, the 6-pack, you get 6 of the same. Yep. If you do the 10-pack, you get 5 different postcards, 2 of each one. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So and then inside of those, there's so many different. I know there's ice cream pastel. I think that was s'more. It looks like that one was fishing. So there's so many different creative designs in there, and I know that Amy was working hard on those as well. So
right.
So yeah, definitely be checking those out. And that really is your only line of communication, like Dr. Thurber was saying. There's no electronics at camp. So I think that it really does make everything in today's world is so now. So I think when you're sending these letters, it can be kind of fun for them, fun for the children and for yourself to be getting those letters a couple days later, then sending it back. And, it really kind of builds up that anticipation and excitement.
Exactly. So, yes.
All right, I'll bring it back to us there full screen. So
okay, so we've talked a little bit now about like the different products that you need to get ready for camp, but I think one thing that is a concern for both parents and campers that they want to get prepared with before heading off to camp is homesickness. And so let's go back to Dr. Thurber here. I'm curious, Dr. Thurber, does prep for camp actually help with homesickness?
I'm glad you asked. That's the right question to be asking, especially before you make a purchase. The answer is yes. Prep for Camp lowers the intensity of first-year campers' homesickness by 50% on average. How do I know? I did the research, and I had it published in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology. Now, in case you haven't read your back editions of the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology, let me just boil it down for you. The information in Summer Camp Success, the podcast for parents, and bonus, the wonderful printable sheets for young people. Print this off from prepforcamp.com. And looks kind of funny because half of it's upside down, but you fold it like a greeting card, and what have you got? Well, a place to put information about the camp, a place to write down your new friends' names and contact information, and reminders about the most effective ways to prepare for camp, and once you're there, to cope with those normal feelings of missing home. So as I said before, this is a bundle of videos, podcasts, and printable materials that give families the confidence to have their child spend a couple of weeks away from home and know that they've got the skills to cope with those emotions. It's normal to feel homesick. Everybody misses something about home when they're away, as I've said. But with prepforcamp.com, it's smooth sailing all the way. Best of all, if you look down below, you've got a coupon code that will take the discounted price from $89 to $49 and take another $10 off. So your coupon code is PREP4, the number 4, ESC for everything summer camp. Prep4 ESC will take $10 off the $49 price. Now it's just $39. And if that's not worth the price of happiness, I'm not sure what is. Make your investment in summer camp pay off emotionally by equipping your child with the skills they need to cope with those normal feelings of missing home. Prepforcamp.com. Check it out.
Right. That is awesome that Prep for Camp can help lower that intensity of homesickness. And I know that when we sent my daughter Maddie off to camp, we used a lot of Dr. Thurber's tactics for dealing with homesickness in advance. And we had very smooth sailing in the homesickness department while Maddie was off to camp. So be sure to check out that Prep for Camp package. I mentioned earlier, if you scroll down below this video, below the product carousel that we have, you'll see a banner for the Prep for Camp. That'll take you right to Dr. Thurber's website. And be sure to use that discount code, PREP4ESC. That's going to knock another $10 off the Prep for Camp package. So we're going to be wrapping up this live stream real quick here. And be sure to scroll down and click on that banner to go learn more about Prep for Camp.
Definitely. I know homesickness is actually a real problem. I know I've told the story before about my first sleepover, and I think that I couldn't make it through my first sleepover. I was in like 3rd grade, I want to say. So, I mean, homesickness is truly a real problem. I think everyone deals with it. I think even when, as adults, when we're on vacation for, you're like, I just would rather just be home right now. Right. So, I think that it is you can definitely use those tactics and ways to cope with it and prevent homesickness, by doing some things ahead of time. Those can, really translate to even us as adults too. So,
absolutely. I mean, I was just on vacation for 4 days, and I still I was ready to come home. Yes. There's something about home, and as an adult, we're able to process that a little bit easier than what a kid can.
Yeah.
So definitely work with your children. Check out the Prep for Camp package.
Definitely. Dr. Chris was in the chat box there, so I've also added a new video to the Prep for Camp package, Campers and COVID, 5 things every parent needs to know before opening day. So I think there's another great resource. So that's on the Prep for Camp website, I would assume there?
Right. And, I think it's great that the Prep for Camp package is kind of a living, breathing thing. It's not like Dr. Thurber put this out a year ago and now it's going to sit and get old. It's getting updated. I mean, he's got information on COVID in there, so it's definitely up to date.
Definitely.
So that's very cool. Be sure to check that out.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We'll wrap up here now. If you liked today's live stream and you're looking forward to possibly, we don't have a set schedule yet for everything summer camp, but we would like to continue to do more of these live streams. I know we've done them for our giveaways. We've done the scavenger hunt reveal, and we've done like our contests and stuff like that. But we'd like to do more live streams like this, providing great content. So if you like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel and emails just so you can stay up to date. We can give you the email blast podcast. I think that's a great way to stay in contact with us. So,
right. Well, and I do want to point out that chat window will stay open until our next live stream.
Okay.
And so if there's anything that you want to, if there's any content that you'd like us to cover in a live stream, reach out and let us know. You can do that in the chat window. You could message us on Facebook. You can throw a comment in under this video on YouTube. You could even call our call center and tell them, hey, do a live stream on this. This is what I need to know.
Yeah, we're in our office right now, actually. So I don't think we've talked about that here, but I mean, our production area is right, 30 feet to our left here. And I think we can bring any product you want on set. So let us know if you have any questions with that. I would like to give one final reminder too. Our Memorial Day sale will be starting tonight. And it will end on Tuesday, so the day after Memorial Day. And I check out some of those great products. Another way to, save a little money. I think no one's going to complain about that, right?
Right.
It won't be on any trunks. We know trunks are in a high demand right now, but there's a lot of other products that will complete your summer camp experience. So feel free to check those out. And again, that will start at some point tonight. I don't know if we have an exact time yet, but Mark's working on that while we're doing these live streams. So, but thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat box, like Mark said. Will stay open. And another special thank you to Dr. Chris Thurber for joining us, for all the great content he provided us, and then being active in the chat box. We really appreciate that. So,
yes, thank you, Dr. Thurber.
Yes, until next time, my name is Drew. This is Mark. We're from Everything Summer Camp. Thanks so much, everyone.